Welcome to 32 and 32, where we count.
Anyway, that's beside the point. At the end of the day, it's a business.
If you're the Rams, you are officially coming off the absolute worst performance in the Super Bowl ever. I think Robert Kraft is peas in someone else's pod.
I mean, y'all Super Bowl wins are so old. I mean, the rings are probably to dust right now. So,
Not about the Eagles today. We're talking about the Bears.
Yeah. So, as usual, let's take a look first at their free agent signings. Thanks for watching, folks. That is today's analysis of the Minnesota Vikings. Hello, welcome. Hi, how are you? This is AI Sports Special Production 32 and 32, where we cover 32 NFL teams in 32 days, all leading up to the beginning of the NFL season. Today, we are covering in alphabetical order, starting with Arizona. I think Atlanta's first, but oh well.
No, you got it right.
Arizona.
R goes before T.
So the Cardinals were awful last season.
Abysmal last season.
They had the first overall pick, and so what we got here, they were actually pretty busy this offseason, starting with free agency. They signed Tremaine Brock, cornerback, Marcus Gilbert, offensive tackle, Jordan Hicks, linebacker, Brett Hundley, I presume their new backup quarterback, Darius Philon, defensive tackle, Terrell Suggs, outside linebacker, J.R. Sweezy, offensive guard, and Kevin White, wide receiver. So it's just all over the place like you would expect them to from a team that just wasn't that good.
Well, I mean, not only that, they have a lot of holes in their game. I mean, just a lot of positions where they needed help in. Honestly, and I'm just going to say it, like I said on the live show for the NFL draft, they had no business drafting a quarterback. You drafted a quarterback last season, getting Josh Rosen, and only for a season later to go ahead and trade him to the Miami Dolphins so y'all can go ahead and make room for Kyler Murray. Not trying to take anything away from Kyler Murray. He's an amazing player. He's the type of guy who can definitely change the game for you, and he's the type of guy that can drive an offense up and down the field. He's done it since he was in high school. But at the same time, it just voids everything you put into Josh Rosen.
I know when you sit there and you think about it, you drafted him 10th overall, which a lot of people forget. They actually traded up to get Josh Rosen. So they gave up draft picks last season
to get Josh Rosen, who you traded away. So it just voids everything you worked for to get Josh Rosen. Yeah, I mean, look, he had a rough rookie season. That's no secret. Everybody said, I mean, that he wasn't too good during his rookie season. He's a rookie. He's young. It takes, what it takes for a rookie to develop. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes veteran leadership. It takes guidance.
Yeah, and I don't feel like they got. I definitely feel like Miami got the better of the deal in the trade for Josh Rosen.
And not only that, I mean, because Miami, I mean, the way things are projected, Ryan Fitzpatrick is projected as a starting quarterback for the Miami Dolphins going to next season. But I mean, with Ryan Fitzpatrick, with his age, he's about 35, 36 years old. There's no telling what type of production he's going to produce when he gets out there. That's why having Josh Rosen. It's the perfect opportunity for Josh Rosen to go in and prove himself of why he should be an NFL starting quarterback.
Yeah. So we officially have Kyler Murray now teaming up with Cliff Kingsbury, which Kingsbury has been raving about Kyler Murray for what seems like forever.
I mean, he also raved about, I think he raved about Josh Rosen being their guy.
Yeah, he was like being their guy, whatever. It just goes to show that you cannot trust NFL front offices with what they say.
At the end of the day, I mean, because when it comes to business, all emotional ties and all these connections and everything, it goes out the window. At the end of the day, professional sports, whether we're talking about NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, UEFA, or whatever, at the end of the day, that's in soccer, UEFA. And also MLS. But anyway, that's beside the point. At the end of the day, it's a business. And when they make a decision, it's nothing personal. It's just business. You just got to swallow your pride and keep it moving.
Okay, let's move on to the Cardinals free agency. And again, I'm sorry, we just covered free agency. I meant to say their draft, which they had a lot of picks, actually.
And they were really busy.
Really busy.
They got some quality players, though.
So, obviously, Kyler Murray was the first overall pick, and then their second-round pick was Brian Byron Murphy, cornerback. Andy Isabella, wide receiver. Zachary Allen, defensive end. Hakeem Butler, wide receiver. Delonte Thompson, safety. Keyshawn Johnson makes his return to the NFL.
Not really, but you know what we
Different
mean.
spelling, but Anyway, I feel like someone's parents was a Keyshawn Johnson fan. Anyway, Lamont Gallard, center. Joshua Miles, tackle. Michael Dogby, defensive end, and then Caleb Wilson, tight end. Again, all over the place for a team that has a lot of holes.
They were pretty busy in this draft, and what I like about it that they were able to get a running mate for Patrick Peterson on the defensive side, getting Byron Murphy, who is an amazing corner coming from Washington. They were able to get a couple receivers. They were able to fill in some holes in their team. But there's no telling how many of these draft picks are going to come in instantly and make an impact. Another thing about Arizona, I do find the hiring of Cliff Kingsbury as their head coach is questionable. There's no doubt that Kingsbury is an offensive technician from his days at Texas Tech. He is an offensive genius, and he is a quarterback whisperer. I mean, if you see how Patrick Mahomes is at quarterback, that's Kingsbury right there. That he was bred from the teachings of Coach Kingsbury from his days at Texas Tech. But at the same time, I mean, Coach Kingsbury as a head coach didn't mount to a lot of success at Texas Tech. I mean, I don't think he ever saw a postseason game at Texas Tech. Not sure.
No,
I mean,
they did.
It was probably early in his time at Texas Tech, but at the same time, I mean, he didn't mount to a lot of success. So it goes to have me think, why make him a head coach? I mean,
he had success with Patrick Mahomes.
He did, but Texas Tech as a team wasn't very successful. Patrick Mahomes was very successful. He was one of the best quarterbacks. He was probably the best quarterback in the nation. But the Red Raiders as a team was not successful. So, I mean, now Kingsbury is going into a whole new level. This is NFL. It's a lot faster, and a lot more goes into it. I mean, I would have liked it better if they would have kept Coach Wilkes as the head coach and would have made Kingsbury either the offensive coordinator or the quarterback's coach. That would have been a much more reasonable move because Coach Wilkes was only there for a year and they fired him. Like I understand, he's not going to improve that team overnight. It takes putting pieces together as far as rebuilding. Because after Coach Arians left, that's when the rebuild starts. That's when the rebuild started. So why not keep Coach Wilkes and let him build a team? You hire Coach Kingsbury, make him the offensive coordinator. He is an offensive genius. He is an offensive technician. And not only that, he's good with coaching the quarterback. You keep Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen gets the development that he needs under the guidance of Coach Kingsbury, and also with any more veterans that you got through free agency. Let him be able to bond with the new draft picks. Like, I mean, they got Hakeem Butler. They will get Keyshawn Johnson. They were able to get Caleb Wilson, tight end. Let him have time with some of those rookies, with some of the young guys, and let them grow together and let them dominate together as a team. And so I felt that Arizona went about this offseason. They did some good things in the offseason, getting some free agents, some quality free agents, getting some quality draft picks. But at the same time, as far as the quarterback situation goes, I feel that Arizona did it a little bit too extreme.
So let's jump into some hypotheticals here. Let's say Arizona starts the season, right? You got Kyler Murray as your face of the franchise.
Right.
They start 0-7. Do they officially join the tank for Tua, or are they going to stick with Kyler Murray? I mean, just based on what they did with Josh Rosen.
The front office is going to have a huge V8 moment where they're all going to slap themselves and they're going to slap each other. There's going to be some fighting. There's going to be some blame putting. They're going to put the blame on each other. Two, I think they're going to stick with Kyler Murray because I don't think that they want to go ahead and try and get another quarterback, because if you get Kyler Murray, that's going to create a lot of quarterback controversy. See, it's not much controversy in Arizona because they already traded away Josh Rosen and they got Kyler Murray. But say if they draft Tua, they join the tank for Tua. Just imagine you got Tua and Kyler Murray. So at least one of them is going to have the first few years of their career wasted. Basically, Arizona's just going to turn into a franchise of turmoil, and then that's when I'm going to say just throw the whole team away. Just throw it. Well, no, not the whole team. Just throw the front office away.
I like that idea.
And I feel this is where the owner would probably step in and clean house in the front office.
Because I feel like they really goofed with Josh Rosen, Kyler Murray situation. I don't. That was just.
But I'm just saying
that was a mess.
If I'm a Cardinals fan, I would say do not expect playoffs in this season. I mean, you're going to get some wins. I feel that with Kyler Murray, I feel that he's going to adjust well to the NFL life. That he's going to adjust well playing on on a professional level, despite his lack of size. But he does have athleticism. He does have a cannon. He does have speed. He does have mobility. He has the intangibles to be a successful NFL quarterback. I feel that he has some weapons around him that are going to help him adjust. They're going to help him survive out there on that field. But I don't feel like the Cardinals are going to be a playoff team. Now, anything can happen. So if I'm wrong, I stand to be corrected. But I would say I do not see Arizona going to the playoffs this season. So don't expect to go from 3-13 to 16-0 overnight. Just saying.
Yeah, I think you just covered what I was going to ask next. Is like, where do you see Arizona going this season? But how long do you?
I could see. I would say their ceiling would be. I say their ceiling is around 8-8, 9-7. Their floor, I would say, would be
2-14.
Between 2-14 and 5-11. That's their floor.
Like you said, I don't see them having a winning season. I still think they got some rebuilding to do. They were very busy this offseason, as we said. We'll see how it pans out.
I will give Arizona this. As far as the moves they made, I feel that they have taken a couple of steps forward instead of taking some steps back. I mean, you got Kyler Murray. I mean, you're able to get some players in the free agency. You're able to make a coaching change. So they are showing that they are trying to make moves, that they are trying to better their franchise. Keyword, trying to. But we're going to find out within the first few games of the regular season if this was the right move that the Cardinals made. Because, I'm just saying the Cardinals have been gambling like an addict in Vegas.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Okay. Like, follow, subscribe. Check out our website, aisportsnetwork.com. This has been 32 and 32. We'll see you next time.